Hi everybody, it's Cindy. It is Wednesday. It is September 10th and I'm back for an update. I know it's been a minute. A lot of things have been going on, as you can see. I'm in the front of my new garden. If you didn't know, I sold my house August 25th myself, and I moved 2 blocks away. I downsized to a smaller home, and it was quite the process. I didn't use any real estate agents. The person I bought from sold herself, and I sold my house myself. I saved about $15,000 doing it myself. It was actually pretty simple. You really just have to prepare your home for the sale. You know, have your HVAC checked out, your electrical, plumbing. Paint is the best thing you could do to a house. Paint the house, you know, do all your repairs. It takes several months to do that. There is a YouTuber that really gave me some ideas. Her name is Jen Sylvester, and I'll link her below. If you're considering selling your home, save that money. Real estate agents do not do anything except show your home. I used a title company to do the contract and the closing. It was the easiest thing and cheapest. It was way cheaper than an attorney. The person that sold me a house used an attorney, and I had to correct the contract 4 times before I would sign it. So be careful who you use. There are situations when real estate does help out, but if you're just selling your home yourself, you can do it. Everything about a home is how well you take care of it. My old home was very well taken care of. I moved in here. It does have a lot of work. It's work that I knew coming in. I have to have very large trees taken down. I have to have a new HVAC with ductwork put in. I had to have a new water line put in with all of the pipes. That I didn't know about, but you're always going to get surprises when you buy a home. This home is a 1957. I came from a 1959. Brick homes, I prefer the older homes. They are built way better than any of the new homes you could buy. The new homes actually fall apart as soon as you get in. These are strong. They got good bones. They just need some work and love. I'm going to include pictures at the end of the gardens. I put it in all the gardens. Where I moved from, they didn't want any of my raised beds. And of course I wasn't leaving any of my potted plants. As you can see, they're all in back of me. And of course all of the garden supplies, those are all mine. Moving the raised beds was very hard. The person that sold me this house, with her schedule of buying a new house, they would only let me move on a Sunday. The closing was on a Monday. She did let me do it one day prior. Where I live, nobody works on Sunday. I had to find 2 young guys, 20-year-old, 23-year-old, with their trailer moving me. It was kind of a crazy process. I don't have a lot of stuff. I did downsize. I sold half my stuff before I moved, but even with that, I still had a ton of stuff. Moving the raised beds was very hard. We couldn't get it done on a Sunday. Of course, it was raining on the Sunday I moved. So the new people who bought my house are not moving in for 30 days. So I'm like, all right, no big deal. I let them know. Listen, they'll come and get the rest of the dirt on Friday. Most of the raised beds were already gone. It was just the dirt that needed to be brought over, which was fine with me. When I sold the house, it was in the summer, and I just assumed that would be a part of the house because it really does decorate the whole yard. Everything's gone. The house looks naked. It looks so different already, my old house. My new house looks phenomenal. It looks 100 times better. I put in all the stones myself. I had the same guys bring me dirt, you know, organic compost dirt from their farm. So I'm very thankful for them. They really helped me out a lot, these young guys. They filled all my raised beds. The trees will be done in a couple of weeks. They're very big. They're in the back. They're dying. They're close to the house. They are huge. Maple trees rot from the inside out. These trees are already rotting, so I got to have them go. And I knew that coming in. I'm not surprised. I don't mind putting money into a home that I'm living in. It's just the way of living these days. Highly recommend selling your own home. Like I said, the best thing you could ever do for your home is paint it. This new home that I came in, the whole home was all one color. It was gray. Gray is depressing to me. I left it in the kitchen and the bathroom, but I did all 3 bedrooms, the living room, and the hallway myself. I moved August 25th. It's September 10th. I did all that myself. I put in all the gardens already. I'm having work done on my garage door. Still unpacking and even getting rid of half of my stuff. I still have a lot. I sent out amazing big packages to stitchers. I downsized all my stitching so much. I sent out 3 boxes to 3 other people with about this thick of patterns. I still have a whole other small moving box of patterns that I'm going to give to the owner of the cross stitch store in Johnson City, Amy. She's going to come by in a week or so. I'm giving that to her. I said, I don't care if you sell them, give them away. I don't care what you do with them as long as they go to stitchers. So everything I did get rid of, it went to stitchers, and I'm okay with that. You have to be okay with parting from all of your stuff. It's not easy. It's hard. We all like our stuff. But I really, I have one of the bedrooms as my office and cross stitch room. In my old home, I had a whole bedroom dedicated. It was a big bedroom. I had a lot of stuff, so I had to pare it down. Also, you know, my kids have let me know they really don't want any of my cross stitch stuff when I'm gone, so I'm okay with that. Listen, when we leave with nothing, so I'm okay with that. It was a great move for me. It was 2 blocks away, same zip code, everything. I have my neighbors. I have great neighbors. One of the neighbors that lives around the block, he's a master craftsman. He's been helping me out with everything. It was just such a blessing and a godsend. It hasn't been easy moving. It's never easy. I don't care how far you move or how close you move. It's a challenge. And on this past Sunday, September 7th, so hard to say. My mom passed away, and I like to say crossover because she transitioned. She was very, very sick for the past year. She suffered the whole year. I never want to see anybody go through that. What she endured is beyond words. I'm thankful she's no longer in pain. I'm thankful that she died at home in her chair and she wasn't in a hospital, so that makes it easy. I'm so sorry. It's so hard to even say it still. My mom is where I get all the gardening from. She was meticulous. Even up until a couple of months ago, she was doing something in a garden. Last year, she lost a mobile home in Hurricane Helene. She went to move in assisted living for 2 months, absolutely hated it. Empowered to her to get out of there, she bought another mobile home and moved in there and fixed it up. It was super cute. And she didn't have a big garden anymore. She had raised planters where she could plant, you know, some of her herbs and flowers. And kudos for her for having the will to just transition at home. I mean, none of us want to go in a hospital. I wasn't surprised. I knew it was coming. I knew for several months. I'm surprised she didn't transition on the day I closed. I'm serious. But she gave me a break. And with my mom passing away, my work does give you 5 days for bereavement. And I'm so thankful because I'm so tired of doing so much stuff. I just needed the week break. And they said if I need more time, you know, I could take it. So I'm very thankful for my job. Is very accommodating. Going through losing somebody, you know, that's very close to you. My mom, I don't even know how to describe her. She wasn't June Cleaver, for sure. My mom was herself. She was very independent, a very strong-willed woman. She had apologized to all, well, to me and my older sister, about being such a terrible mother. And yeah, we suffered to the hands of my mom. I forgave her years ago. She apologized. You can't hold that against somebody. I don't know what she lived through. I asked, but I didn't get anything that would make her the way she was. But, you know, people go through things we never know about, and you have to just come to accept people for who they are. She apologized. That's all you could do. And the last several years, I'm very close with my mom. I will miss our phone calls. The phone calls were always like an hour to 2 hours. I will miss that. She was very aware of everything going on in the world. And a couple of months ago, she went into the hospital, and you know, I was told she was pretty much on a deathbed then, and I was, you know, I had to rip out the old garden, so I ripped out the whole garden crying, and she didn't go. And the way I said, I just wanted one more phone call with my mom. I got that. I got it about 6 weeks ago. She could barely talk though, but she talked for a good 30-40 minutes, and that's the last time I heard from her. I did let her know that I was selling a house and buying another smaller house a couple blocks away. She did know about that. She had asked a week before I closed. She wasn't sure of the timing, and she's like, I hope everything went okay. And I let her know the day I closed everything went through, everything was good. And I got the last text, you know, good for you, love Mom. You know, she knew I was moving, and I just wanted her to know that, you know, everything's okay. And I'm downsizing because I'm trying to prepare for retirement, but I'm telling you, it's not looking good for anybody these days. I'm doing the best I can. I love it, love it, love it here. I feel so at home here. I slept great from the night that I moved, and the setup of the house, it's ranch style, it's all on one floor, and then I have a garage basement where the washer and dryer are and storage. And the setup of the bedroom that I sleep in, even the windows are configured to a bedroom that I had from my house in New York, where I lived in that house for 25 years. So it feels very much like home here to me. I'm sorry for any noise. I live on a much quieter street. I could film outside now. The gardens look great. I will definitely include some pictures at the end for you. I did a post on Instagram, and thank you to everybody. I got so many comments and condolences, and thank you all so much. I appreciate the prayers. I'm fine. It's hard talking about it though. You go through waves where you're just fine, and when I finished my garden, the first thing I wanted to do is send my mom a picture, and you can't because she's gone. And she would have loved it. She would have been so proud. And anyway, I'm sorry that I'm crying, but I miss you all. I haven't stitched, and I don't stitch in the summer anyway. I will be getting back into stitching. I have a piece out I want to work on. I haven't had the time. I haven't had the time to even go for my hiking, and I've been doing so much, like painting from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Like, just every day. The painting's done. I could hang stuff now. I started hanging some of my cross stitch. There's a lot more wall space in this house, which I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't want things anymore. I don't want stuff, so I have really cleaned out a lot. I still have boxes I didn't open. I will definitely still be clearing out more. It's when you turn 60, I don't know, it just really changed for me this year. I just think about things differently. I don't want stuff. I got rid of a lot of stuff, although I still have a lot of stuff. I'm doing the best I can to whittle down and still donate and give to other people and stitchers. I do have pieces I want to work on. I did keep my utmost favorite patterns and things that I like, but a lot of it I really got rid of so much already, and I literally have a whole box for Amy when she comes. All good stuff too, not no junky patterns. It's all good stuff. We all have different tastes, but that's what's going on. I know I haven't been on here a lot. I did do the post when I posted my house online, how I sold my house. I didn't even get it on MLS. It sold in 7 days. It was very quick. Cash deal, no inspections. It really was an easy transaction. I mean, no inspections alone is a blessing in disguise. I put it on for sale by owner, and that's where the people that bought my house saw it. They came, they saw it, they made the offer, and that was it. It was done in 7 days. It was so quick. And the market is much slower now, but not in my area. The houses go like immediately, and if you take care of your home, it's gonna go. I had all the paperwork for all the work I ever did on the house, and I did all the big things. I replaced the roof, the HVAC, the electrical panel, the outlets, the switches, the main water line, painted the whole house, painted the whole basement. I'm sure there's a whole lot I'm missing. I took care of that. I take care of my houses. For that reason, yeah, you own them, but you really don't own anything. You're a caretaker for a period of time until you move on or till you pass from this world. We really don't own anything. We're caretakers. That's how I view it. And I put so much into this house already. Once the big things are done, it'll be amazing. I love where I am. I love my neighbors, and you can't put a price on that. Thank you for letting me ramble. I just hope I'm not making anybody depressed. Listen, we all lose our mom. My mom was, I'm pretty sure she was 83. She lived a good long life, and you know, she was ready to go. And the last time I did talk to her, I said, Ma, you don't have to stay. You could go. Just go. Because she was in so much pain. And I hate hearing anybody who's suffering in pain. It upsets me. I don't care who it is. I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I really don't. I don't like seeing anybody suffer or be in pain. I will never understand that. I don't get it. I don't like it. Nobody likes it. I'm going to include some pictures of the gardens. I got a new mailbox and a post, and it's a Snoopy mailbox, so all my Snoopy fans, you'll love it. I did put decals on it, and it just looks really good. There's a lot I want to add, but I have a lot of really big expenses coming up, which I have the money for put aside. But after that, once I get the big things straightened out, gonna lay low until the spring. I do, you know, once those trees are taken down in the back, they're huge, they're grind stumping it and everything because the roots are throughout the whole yard. It'll be a whole different yard. It'll still have, all the way in the back, there are trees dividing the houses on the other street and back of me. And those are still there, so you still will have trees, just not close to my house. It's a great yard. I'm literally closer to my walking path. It's the same walking path. Like I said, I can walk from my house to my old house in 5 minutes. It's not far. I do like being on a quieter street. I put out the bird feeders. The birds already found the feeders, so all the birds are coming in, all the flowers have adjusted, and you know, you're always tweaking a garden. The garden is never done. It's always tweaking, but I'm absolutely love where I am. I feel blessed how this happened. Her house was never even listed. It was just a neighbor telling me about it, and I went to see it, and I'm like, listen, I'm looking to downsize. Please don't sell it. Just give me time to sell my home. And the hardest part about the moving was dealing with the buyers and the seller of this house. I was stuck in the middle of two parties, and one wanted me out of my house immediately. the ones who bought it wanted to paint and buff the floors while I was living there. I'm like, no, I work from home. Like, are you kidding me? People just want what they want, and they don't really care about anybody else in the middle. The seller of this house, she said she wasn't going to sell for another 6 months. You're talking November, December. And she called me up and she's like, Cindy, can you come over? And I met with her and her fiance, and she's like, listen, don't be mad. We bought a house. I'm like, are you kidding me? And she's like, no. She's like, so I need your house sold right away. I'm like, and I had been preparing for 2 or 3 months anyway. And if I had not been doing that, there's no way I could have sold that house, because you have to do all the painting. I painted all the doors, I painted the full basement, I touched up all the painting inside my house. I didn't need new paint, that was fairly new. And clean and pack and sell half your stuff, it's all time consuming, and I work full time. I'm not retired where I could just sit around and do all this stuff all day long. So in between working and doing all that, I was very thankful that when she told me right away, I sold half my stuff immediately. And it just so happened, I'm like, all right, I signed my contract with her. She went to Europe the next day. So I couldn't even like talk to her about things or ask about, you know, an exterminator inspection. And I had a mold inspection done because I'm very sensitive to mold. She gave me her old inspection, and, you know, it's just questions I couldn't even ask because she wasn't here. And that was the most complicated part, is dealing with the other people. Now, I am thankful that she didn't have a real estate and I didn't have a real estate, because we could just converse back and forth like normal people do. You know, it can get, if it was hard for her, it's hard for me. It's hard for everybody involved when you move. Moving and buying and selling a home is very big. It's very taxing. It's emotional, especially if you live. I lived in that house 4.5 years. She lived in this house 4.5 years. We bought around the same time. It's really kind of ironic. Super nice woman. You know, she was good to let me move in Sunday, and she said, Cindy, it's Saturday night, come get the keys. So she did let me start moving stuff Saturday night. I moved a lot of the small stuff because I didn't have a regular moving company. So I did about 10 trips myself, stuffing my car. And doing that, I'm still tired from everything. Like, I haven't really rested, and I'm gonna try the next couple of days. Today, I just finished up the bricks. I had to go get 6 more of these to finish it. And I went food shopping. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else today because it's too much. My body needs a break. There's a couple nights I sat down on the couch to watch something and I fell asleep, and I never ever do that. But that's what, you know, your body's that tired, you're just out. It's a great move. I miss everybody. I hope everybody had I can't believe it's September 10th. It's hard to even wrap my brain around that summer's gone. The weather's been beautiful, 70s, 80s every day. When you get up, it's cold. You have to wear your long sleeve stuff, and then you have to change. I just hope everybody had an amazing summer. Tell everybody you know you love them, because there's going to be a day when they're just gone. My kids didn't know my mom. Like I said, I did not have your typical mom. My kids didn't know my mom, so of course they feel for me, but it's like telling them a stranger died. They don't have no connection to my mom, which is really sad. That hurts a little too. They didn't know her, and she didn't know them. I have 3 great kids. Like, I have good people as kids. I'm proud of my kids. It is what it is, you know. My mom, me and my 2 sisters are going, you know, through the stuff and the paperwork. My older sister had power of attorney. My brother-in-law he's the executor. And as far as all 3 of us, there's not a wolf in the pack looking to get everything. We could care less. All her stuff we're donating, because she had lost everything a year ago, so everything she had is very recent. It has no sentimental value to us at all. I had wanted her Bible and pictures, but those are long gone in the flood that she had last year, so There's nothing of value that I want. So we're donating it all to people who don't have anything, and it goes in her community where she was living. So we're happy to just give everything to those people. My sister donated all her clothes already. My brother-in-law had to go, and he has to go and sign everything. I mean, you got to pay tax when you die and all this. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. They get us on the way out too. We're not even here and we're still paying taxes. You know, it's a lot of work for him. There's a monarch butterfly. Maybe that's Mom flying by. I've only seen a couple of monarchs this year. It's just a lot with the paperwork and stuff. My mom's wishes, she didn't want, you know, your standard wake or anything like that. She wanted to be cremated, and we had talked about it a long time ago. She wanted her ashes spread on a golf course. I'm like, a golf course? Okay, like why? Like, she never played golf, didn't like golf, never watched golf, but that's where she wants to be spent. I'm like, Ma, I got a golf course right down the block from where I live. Don't worry, when that day comes, I promise that's where I'll put you. And she'll be near me, where on the walking path over by the golf course. And, you know, my brother-in-law and nephew wanted to spread her on a golf course by them. I said, no, Mom had requested that this is where she was going to go, and I will never go against anybody's dying request. They could definitely join me in the ceremony. So she's going to be mailed to my house at some point in a box. Yeah, that ought to be fun, a fun day. But that's what I'm going through. I miss everybody, and I'm going to say I hope everybody has an amazing fall. Fall is a great change to come in. It's getting darker earlier, you know, not my favorite time of year. I love fall. September is my favorite month, and I will tell you, something always happens in September. It's just one of those things. It is what it is. I'm happy. I hope you like my new gardens. I'll include some pictures, and I'll include a couple of pictures of my mom at the end. When I posted on Instagram, when I had gone downstairs, because I moved, I went downstairs, and the bin, I have 2 big bins of photo albums, and I opened it up, and the first book I went to had the photos of my mom in it, the Polaroids from the 70s. And I was just going through them all. So I'll include that. That's how I remember my mom. I don't remember my mom in her 70s and 80s. To me, that just wasn't my mom physically. When you grow up with somebody, you know, that's just not how you see your parents. And listen, we all get old and the body gives out. There's nothing we can do about that. But I'll include pictures of how I remembered my mom, where she was happy, and in 2 of the photos she's with her mom, so I know they're together now. So that stuff makes me happy. I want to thank you all again. If you stuck with me this long, thank you so much. I'm doing well. I will get back to my normal patterns. I'm just not there yet. It'll take a little time. I just moved August 25th, so I'm still in the midst of doing everything, but the gardens are done. I hope everybody has an amazing